Seasonal resources to make or not to make? That is the question we want to try to answer today. Hello everyone, my name is Sherry from Rolling Acres Education. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time. Now, I have made a seasonal resource video earlier, very close to the beginning of my YouTube channel, and the information was good, but man, I was sick that day. I think I forgot to turn on I made it during the day and I forgot to turn on the lights, and there was just so much wrong with that video. So I decided to put it on private and make a new one where I feel a little better, I look a little better, my lighting's a little better, and I have a little bit more information. So today we're going to talk about seasonal resources versus evergreen resources. And you know, seasonal resource is only really going to sell at a certain time of year. They can sell at weird times, but 90 to 95% of them sell within that 2-week period or right before that holiday, or right before kids go to that holiday, get off for that holiday. So they mainly have this really peak time that they really sell, and you can sell a lot of them in that short period of time. Now, the other kind is are evergreen resources, and they mainly sell any time of the year. You know, they might sell at certain times better than the other, but I basically sell sub-plans for science and holiday resources. I have some other sub-plans and other things, but those are my two big sellers. And so those are the main things I'm going to talk about in this video. Now, there are some real benefits to selling seasonal resources. I'm going to talk about why I started selling them. And number one is because when I started on Teachers Pay Teachers, my goal was to find a problem that teachers had, and I couldn't find the solution on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I kind of looked at what I looked for when I was teaching, couldn't find, and those were really good all-inclusive sub-plans and really good all-inclusive holiday things, because to me these go together. These are things that I personally needed on days when I just wanted the students working. I wanted them to learn something, but I really didn't care too much what it was, because it was right before a holiday, or we had testing that day and I was going to have my homeroom all day, or just whatever reason, things were not going to be normal. I needed to get things done, and I needed my students working. So those were the kind of times I normally went to Teachers Pay Teachers. And holiday resources just came to mind because it was when I started on September 15th with my store, and Halloween was coming up, and I thought, you know, I always looked for stuff with Halloween. I never could find exactly what I was looking for, so I decided to do a Halloween resource, even though my main thing was going to be sub-plans, starting off mainly science sub-plans. And I enjoyed it so much that I decided to do a Halloween, and then I decided to do Christmas, and then I just got started doing seasonal resources because about Christmas they started selling well. Now, another reason is because I kind of maybe sounds corny or cheesy to some of you, but I think about the students doing them, and I think about them enjoying them. I'm thinking, wow, I am making a product that hopefully students are enjoying, and I have gotten feedback from teachers that yes, their students really enjoy these products. They enjoy doing them, and they're a little bit challenged by them. So that makes me happy, and I'm glad to be giving students a break. Them still learning some stuff, still being challenged a little, but also having a little bit of fun and just doing something different than the standards, which there are other things to learn in the world than standards, okay? So I also enjoy the fact that I'm giving the teacher something easy to implement that their students can be engaged in, so maybe they can get some things done they need to get done, okay? So that's kind of a feel-good reason to do them. It's just enjoyable for me. I feel like it's enjoyable for the students, and I feel like it's enjoyable for the teacher. Number two, you can really make some serious money with holiday resources. I kid you not. Let's just be honest. And the reason is that everybody is looking for those resources at the same time, okay? Math teachers, science teachers, language arts teachers, tech teachers, everybody that is looking for a seasonal resource are all looking for those at the same time, and you can really get some views and some sales if your product is something that someone's going to want to buy. And so I'm going to tell you though, the little bit of the downside of that is it is an emotional roller coaster. I mean, I'm going to tell you, the first really big day I had a $100 day, and the day before I had a $70 day, and it was March 16th and March 17th. Yes, St. Patrick's Day. The day before St. Patrick's Day, I sold $70-something worth of St. Patrick's Day resources, and on St. Patrick's Day, I sold 101, and my phone was cha-chinging, cha-chinging, cha-chinging all day long. It was so exciting for me as a new seller to be like, wow, I'm really doing this. I'm really making money. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. And then on March 18th, I made $0. On March 19th, I made $0. So it was kind of like, no matter what you've done before, you're kind of like, am I ever going to sell another product? Is that just a fluke? Am I going to fail at this? And so it was kind of, up and down, because the next one I had was April Fool's Day, and a few days before that, started building up, and then Easter. Holiday resources are enjoyable. They can be very, very profitable, but they can also send you on kind of emotional roller coaster with your money. Another thing that I loved about making seasonal resources is my goals were set. I didn't have to worry about what do I think I should make this month. Once I kind of got the plan down for my seasonal resources, it was like, okay, it's I got that St. Patrick's Day one done. What's next? Oh, next is April Fool's Day. Okay, let's do that one. And then after April Fool's, it was Easter, and then after Easter, it was Cinco de Mayo, and then it was Memorial Day, and all that. I didn't have to sit down and think about what kind of resource should I make next, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something. I worked my behind off this year, and it was good because I do 6 for each season, but I try to make 6 for each one, but sometimes the time between was kind of small, and I really didn't have time, and I wasn't as fast. But now I'm trying to get all those done this year to have 6 for each, from pre-K all the way up to high school. And so I was very busy. I had everything laid out. I shared in another video about how to do this, without a lot of stress. I'll link that below. I try to do too much, okay? I wish for my first year I had just stepped back and done nothing but seasonal resources, and I would have gotten all those done for each one. But that's okay. This summer I've been getting caught up on that. But that was the hard work. I don't even really call that a drawback. Yeah, you're going to work hard if you want to get those out and keep making the money. But it's good because you have your goals laid out for you. Okay, it's time to make this holiday, and then the next one was there, and then the next one was there, and then the next one was there, and so I had all that laid out. Okay, so seasonal resources definitely have their benefit. The only real drawback I can think about is if that's all you're making, you have to stay on. If you want to keep making money, you have to keep making those resources. You cannot take a break. That's good and bad. Now, do I make more money with holiday resources than Evergreen? In the long run, I don't think it's going to make a difference, okay? Now, I have science subplans that do very well. They don't sell like in March, my St. Patrick's Day sold a lot better than my number one is a genetics subplan. That's the first one I did, and it's on target to sell at least $500 to $600 this year, just that one. Whereas my number one seasonal resources were like $250 for the whole year, okay? Now, in March, my St. Patrick's Day outsold my subplans. In April, my Easter outsold my science subplans. But throughout the year, I think it's going to all kind of add up. If I hadn't spent time on seasonal resources, I probably would have more science subplans out there, and they would have made more money. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is if you love the idea of making seasonal resources, then I say go for it. There are so many benefits. If you're kind of like, well, I don't know that I want to make seasonal resources, but they kind of sound like they make me some money. No, just keep doing what you're doing, because in the long run, I personally believe it's all going to come out the same. You might start off making more money in the beginning, but I think by the time we all get to a certain place, it's all going to level out, okay? So if you think you'd enjoy making seasonal resources and you don't mind the hard work and you don't mind having to always be getting that next resource out, then I say go for it. They can be very, very profitable. But if you don't, just keep making those evergreen resources. Anyway, just remember, you've got this, God's got you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.